Hello. Hi. Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are
Hi,
you?
I'm good. Are you Ketia?
I'm Katia.
Ketia, I love that name. I was gonna ask, where's that name from?
It's actually, I think it's a very common Haitian name.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Thank you so much. The Haitian Keisha.
Oh, nice. A lot is happening in Haiti as well, so my thoughts are with you.
There's always a lot going on.
All around the world, huh?
All around the world. I wish that it was a day that something wasn't happening, but there's always something happening. But I received that and I thank you. And your name is Kaylee?
Kay. First name is Kay, last name is Lynn. So you can call me Kay.
I love that. Very special people in my life call me Kay.
Oh, nice.
Love,
We've got two K's going on.
yeah. So welcome to the Brave Pod. As you know, or some of you guys were just hopping on, Brave Pod is connected to Brave, which is a nonprofit organization that supports women ages 16 through 24. Last night we had an amazing event, ice skating. It was super. I wasn't there, but I saw all the videos and all the girls and everyone having a great time. And we used to do a lot of events, and then we paused during COVID-19, so we started this sort of IG live series, and then now it looks like COVID is back out. So hopefully we can do as many activities as we can until
Knock on wood, there's lockdown.
yeah, we have no idea, knock on wood. So tell me a little bit about you and the three places that make up your identity.
Okay, so like I said, my name is Kaylin, as Ketia has already mentioned. Okay, let's talk about the three places. The three places, I would say Myanmar, because that's my origin. And I was born there and I came to the US when I was 5. And so in Myanmar, it's just, for me, I have such a longing for that country and that place because I see it as a place of possibilities. The country's beautiful. The people are so kind and warm to each other. And Ketia, I wanted to just say that, because of this platform that I have right now with you and Brave House, there's a lot going on in Myanmar. There's a military coup. And even within the military coup that's happening with with the military trying to seize power and really killing people, the people have united, regardless of race, sex, religion, creed, and they're really being together for one another. So I love Myanmar holds a special place in my heart, not just because I'm from there, but also because of the community. And I feel like you see that a lot in the immigrant, in a lot of the Eastern culture. New York City, my second place. I mean, man, I love New York, Katia. I would say, coming here at age 5, I didn't understand just the beauty and the diversity of New York until being here and realizing this is a melting pot. Like, there's no other place in the world, seriously, no other place in the world like it. And I've been around the world. And I would say, do you know that in Queens, Queens is the one place in the world that carries the most languages. If you think about it, you have Jackson Heights, you have, you have just so many areas, Astoria, and so I think for me, Queens is just, I love the beauty and not Queens, just New York in general, the diversity of it. Everyone's hustling. And my third place would be, I would say DC. I would say Washington, DC, because I met a lot of my friendships there. I met a lot of my great friends and my family who I see two of them joining. Brandon is from DC, and so is Atina, my very good friend. So Brandon and I, we worked at Voice of America together, and I really learned my love for multimedia, for journalism, for international news. Um, but one thing I don't like about DC, Katia, I will say, the first question that people ask you is, what do you do? And in New York, I was so surprised. Nobody asks you that. Like everybody's just hustling. I don't know. I feel like nobody's ever asked me that. Everybody's just like, I'm a hustler. You're a hustler. You've got the financiers, you've got the lawyers, you've got the fashionistas, and I'm just there like, wow, so coming back. But yeah, so those are my three places.
I received that. I have a completely different experience living in New York. I feel like it's all about, maybe because I'm in a different crowd, but it's all about what you do, Kaye. And I guess that's the first question that people ask me, just to see. I feel like people are always constantly categorizing each other, being like, okay, I could come to you for this. This is what you do, and that's so cool. And suddenly that becomes your introduction. Like, this is my friend Katia. Either went to or it works for this person. And it's like, I kind of wish we didn't do that. I kind of wish we lived in a space where we could just be. You could just
Yeah,
be Kaye, I could just be Katia, Lauren could just be Lauren, Morgan could just be Morgan. And we didn't tie people's worth and value to what they did in
what
life
they did.
and
Hmm.
what they've accomplished. I feel like now that we're moving in, well, we've always been moving into this like technological metaverse NFT space. I feel like we're kind of, or maybe I'm just getting older, we're kind of losing humanity of just like loving people for who they are. I think it also ties into like social media and seeking validation through
Oh,
like
definitely.
follows and like seeing like, you're cool because of this and you're not cool because of that. And I think it's a lot to keep up with. It's a lot on, I think, mental health overall. And I just kind of wish we just enjoyed people's company because we just enjoyed people's company. Like, you're cool because you like Broadway, or you can sing, or you can, things that are true to you, like how are you actually doing? Who are you as a person? Not these like statuses that make you are. Not to
Oh,
wanna.
no, Katia, I agree with you 150%. I think Morgan just wrote facts, which is true. And also, I have my girl Melissa on here, Missy Heart NYC. She just joined, and she was the one who recommended me to the Brave Pod. And Melissa, she told me it's not about how like she's all about mental health. And Melissa, I'm sorry to shout you out or if I call you out, but she talks about she was making very good money and she left it because she said, you know what, like my mental health is much more important. And she always says something about it's not about how things are supposed to look, it's about how you're supposed to feel. And I think that really stuck with me. And I think it's exactly what you're saying, it's not how you're supposed to look on social media. It's about how you are as a person.
Yeah. And it sucks because you do have to think about income, and you do have to think about resources and survival, right? And that's something that kind of hinders a lot of people because everyone wants to be successful. Everyone
Exactly.
have money, and that there's some sort of be able to get to a point of career or your life and just be like, okay, now I can just focus on what I love. And that's if anyone's able to do that in life, I feel like that's just a gift to them, because not a lot of people get to that point. And not a lot of people even get to do what they love as to make money to survive. And I think that that's one of the things that I'm grateful for. Like, I'm not at a place where I could just, you know, just dance around and make art like I want to, but I am doing what I love. And I think that, you just count your blessings and you count what you're thankful for every single day. And that's all you can do. Pray that you can find the people who only care about who you are as a person, and you build that space for yourself, because you know that it doesn't always exist in all spaces. But what is something that you're super excited about? That's
What
in
am I excited about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I am excited. Well, a lot of things. And I feel like, like you, Katia, I think you're talking about art and you're talking about like hustling in some ways, right? Doing a side project. And I've got a lot of side projects. And I think for me, I keep myself busy because I feel like when I'm making plans, there's always some progress and I'm happy with myself. So it keeps me motivated and optimistic. I'm excited about my Burglish videos. So I make these videos once a week. It's a video series which teaches English, American culture, and American slang. So you'll have to go on YouTube or my Facebook /Kaylin Burglish and watch. So this week I posted one up about foodies in New York City. So we tried good pizza. We walked the High Line with my little cousin. I picked her up from JFK, and just learning about, what does cheesy mean, and it's mainly targeted for the what is it, the international audience, right? And I translate into Burmese. So anything that ends with a Y, right? Cheesy, smiley, it means a lot. It's a lot of cheese. It's a lot of, you're smiling too much. Don't be so smiley, he's smiley. But it's funny because I'm translating this into Burmese mainly, and I do have quite a following, especially when I went back to Myanmar, I realized. But the people that watch me the most, like the country with the most hits, was in India this year, which I found extraordinary. But I do get a lot of messages from my Indian fans or emails, and in Korea. And then last year it was Russia. So I think that, people are really interested in what American English is like, what American slang, what the talk of the day is, and from movies, and also just American culture. So I'm excited about my Burglish videos, but I also am excited about helping my mom with her jewelry. So we're doing a lot of fundraisers because of what I told you about Myanmar and the military coup. And so, Katia, I'm going to ask you and the Brave House next time to come with me to a fundraiser. And so, hopefully some of the proceeds will go into, the proceeds will definitely go into, donations, but, it's something that I'm excited about, and I'd love to share the designs with you later.
That's amazing. Do you have some pictures now? Sure.
Yes, I do. You can go to jewelcreationsnewyork.com. The website still has to be uploaded and done well. It's always a work in progress, but you can go to my Insta, KMLin, KAYEMLIN, and you can also go to Jewel Creations New York's Instagram as well. Thank you, Katia.
No, of course. And something that you want to tell someone that's listening. I think it's so cool that you're doing like really great things internationally or for an international audience, especially with my Haitian background. I think that I always watch really cool videos of, people who are translating Creole words into English, or like showing some of the cultural things that we do in an Americanized way. And like, it's just so funny. There's this Instagram page, it's called La Union Force, and it's like catered to Caribbeans, but specifically Haitians. And there's this video, and it's like me showing my parents my art, and it's like a TikTok, and it's like both of his parents are just like watching the TV, just uninterested. And it's like, and the caption is, Haitians are either overly dramatic or show no emotion at all. Like, super funny. So
I love it.
I think it's super dope that you're doing that. But for those of you who are watching, or anybody, I just want to say thank you. And I want to give you a chance, Kaye, to just share a special message that you feel in your heart that you want to tell our audience today.
A special message. My special message would just be to know that you are enough. I think for me, it took me a while to learn that and to really feel it, because with everything that has happened, me coming from abroad so abruptly because of the political crisis there, coming back here, just being worried about where am I going next, and I think being a daughter of immigrants, right? And I am an immigrant too. You're always just trying to prove yourself, or trying to always have that security. How can I take care of them? But then I think to myself, I am enough. Like I've worked really hard, and knowing with all of the love that they have given me, minus the trauma, I think everybody goes through some generational trauma, and you're laughing at that. But I think
I'm smiling with you. I'm smiling with you because I definitely can relate. That was a relatable.
no, yeah,
That
but
was relatable
amidst
quote.
amidst all of their insecurities, like I just have to remind myself, I'm doing the best I can, and yeah, we're going to take care of them, but things need time, and you have to know that you're enough. And there's this beautiful biblical quote about your cup being full. And I'm not Christian, but I love these biblical quotes, and it's about how can you pour from the cup? How can you give others enough to drink when you yourself are not full? So I think I'm always just cognizant of that, like you stop jumping, Kaylin. I always say, stop jumping from one tree to another tree to another tree to another tree. What am I supposed to be learning right now? And I think it has done me a lot of wonders, a lot of introspection. You see a lot of the great friends that come around. A lot of them are here on your Insta Live. And so, you get the support that you need, but you just keep going. And I think that's my main message.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. That was super beautiful. And I hope you have an amazing day. Please come again. I think that we have so much more to dive into. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thanks so much, Katia. Hope to see you soon. Bye, guys. Thanks for joining.
All right.